Good morning and happy Friday here on Up with KREM. We are finally kicking off our weekend. I can't believe it. And also kicking off August tomorrow. I cannot believe that either. That is crazy. But first here, we start with weather to kick off our morning with Jenny Power in studio. Jenny, looking so beautiful on this Friday morning. How is the outdoors looking? I know we're maybe looking at critical fire weather tomorrow, correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Regan. So we've got one more day here where, yes, it is going to feel very summery across the region. Hot and dry through this afternoon and a beautiful sunrise as we're waking up on this Friday. So a little bit of a cooler start. Current temperatures are in the low 60s across much of the inland northwest. That's also what we're seeing through parts of Othello, south to Walla Walla, as well as down on the Palouse. We have been cooler for some of our northern valleys, though. For Deer Park and Sandpoint, currently we are in the mid 40s. We have seen a little bit of some high-level haze leading to some moderate air quality for parts of Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but we are unhealthy up near the Canadian border. But moving forward here, it's the day to prepare is kind of what we're calling this. Breaking down what's happening weather-wise, high pressure is building to the south of our region, which is why we're trending a little bit warmer today. But by tomorrow, low pressure slides to the north of our region, and so this is going to significantly pick up our winds, and it's why we are calling for a weather impact alert for Saturday, where we will be faced with critical fire weather conditions because we will still be dry, relatively low humidity, and combining on top of that gusts near 40 miles per hour. So that's why currently we do have widespread fire weather watches in place. This means we have the risk of new fires starting and spreading rapidly, and also difficulty when it comes to containing already existing fires, which is definitely going to be a focus for tomorrow.
Well, as we track wildfires across the inland northwest, evacuations for the Sinlahican fire have now been expanded. This fire at the latest here, you can see the evacuation map. Level 3 go now orders are in place for most of the area, and this is burning near Tonasket. So far, it has burned more than 11,000 acres, and it is still 0% contained. Right now, crews are working on protecting structures. And one big concern for this weekend for this fire is the wind. And still burning on the Colville Reservation is the Maudrite and Kaiser Canyon fire. Let's start with the Maudrite fire. Crews are still working to contain the fire. Level 2 be ready and level 3 go now evacuation orders are in place for most of this region. The fire has burned more than 21,000 acres. And meanwhile, containment has grown for the Kaiser Canyon fire. Crews have it now 27% contained. It is Washington's biggest fire burning at the moment at more than 128,000 acres. Protecting structures remains a top priority for crews fighting the fire. Shelters are open in Kettle Falls, Cooley Dam, and Omak for those who may need them. And while these fires have taken a lot from our local communities, one family ranch in Okanogan County is still standing thanks to a fuels reduction project. So about 2 years ago, before the Kaiser Canyon fire broke out, the Washington Department of Natural Resources worked with the Jackson Ranch to thin the overgrown forest and create more space between the trees. Logging crews removed larger trees, then heavy equipment ground up smaller trees and brush, getting rid of vegetation that can carry flames from the ground into the tree canopy. When the wind-driven fire reached the ranch, DNR says those breaks in the vegetation stopped the tree-to-tree spread.
The goal of the treatment here was to keep the fire out of the crowns and to keep fire on the ground as a low intensity so that we could put crews and folks in here safely to make defendable space.
Keep in mind, fuels reduction projects do not make homes or forests fireproof. They are designed to reduce the amount of vegetation that is able to burn. The funding for this work comes from the state legislature. And the Washington State Supreme Court ruled that Washington State University can be held liable in the 2019 hazing death of Sam Martinez. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy spoke with Sam's mother after the ruling.
The story starts in November of 2019 when WSU freshman Sam Martinez died from acute alcohol poisoning. The result, Pullman police and WSU agreed, of hazing at Alpha Tau Omega, or ATO.
Sam's death reshaped everything about our family and our future. And I mean, I stand in the shadow of that every day.
Sam's mother, Jolene House, says her family hasn't been the same since. Out of the tragedy, a new state law was passed in 2022 known as Sam's Law. The law requires schools to make hazing incidents public, and for anyone that kills or seriously hurts a person as a result of hazing, be charged with a felony. But a lawsuit the family filed against WSU in 2020, 2 years before the law went into effect, argues the university is also to blame alongside the fraternity, saying hazing was already known to occur at WSU.
They knew all along that this fraternity had a track record of hazing and assault and alcohol misuse and other misconduct. They knew that at the highest leadership levels at Washington State University, and they didn't tell anyone.
House says a Superior Court judge initially rejected her family's case. In January 2025, a Washington State appeals court ruled the university can be held liable. This was a first of its kind for Washington State. In response, WSU appealed the decision to the state Supreme Court back in October of the same year. WSU argued because the illegal hazing happened at ATO's off-campus house, it wasn't responsible. On Thursday, the High Court ruled the university does bear some responsibility as well, and the case now heads to trial. A trial, House says, was long overdue.
We're eager to share Sam's story in front of a jury. It's been a long time coming, and we are ready.
WSU released a statement acknowledging the court's ruling, saying they'll continue to engage in the situation as the case goes forward. For now, House is grateful to get the chance to share her son's story, hoping it'll help prevent hazing-related tragedies from happening in the future.
We're talking about this right as school is going to start again. It's so important to raise awareness of these issues and to protect young people from harm and from death.
Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
Well, this morning, the Bear Lake Regional Park will remain closed as the Spokane County Sheriff's Office continues to look for a missing paddleboarder. A week ago today, the man went underwater and did not resurface. The lake was closed over the weekend as crews searched for him. It was eventually suspended this search Monday due to low visibility. The Sheriff's Office says because of the thick silt and dense vegetation, divers can't even see their hand in front of their face. The search resumed yesterday, but still conditions had not changed. Okay, we are taking a look at traffic this morning at 6:07, almost 6:08. We are looking at I-90 and Freya right now. Looks pretty steady out there. People are just getting to work, kicking off their Friday, and we're almost to the weekend as well. Very excited about that. Of course, if any collisions or backups come up, we will continue to tell you at home as you get out the door. And heads up today, it's the last day to share your thoughts with the city of Spokane on a future redesign for Spokane Falls Boulevard. The city says the project plans to replace aging pavement and underground utilities. I actually talked to the city. They said there's pipes under there from the 1890s. So improving safety and access is something they're trying to work on. And if you wish to share your thoughts, we have a link on our website. Construction is anticipated to start in 2028. And again, that deadline is today. And today is also the last day to give feedback to the Idaho Transportation Department on its modified 7-year investment program. The changes are due to recent funding. The current program includes a $200 million dedicated to pavements and $100 million dedicated to bridges each year. You can share your comments through email or phone call. You can visit ITD's website also for more information.